is up, roomies? My name is Matthew Makak, and if this is your first time here, welcome on into Room 51. Now, I've just got some Room 51 news, announcements, and things to talk about. But before I get into all of that, please go ahead, like, subscribe, comments, click all the buttons, hit them all, and do those things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We would really appreciate that. Now, on to the Room 51 news and stuff that's going on. So I have a whole list here. I've written it on my phone. So let me just check this out. So the first thing I want to talk about is Rock Manor Games. So Rock Manor Games has sent us a few games that we're going to cover on this channel. I'm really excited for that. But even further, we've got into some sort of collaboration where if you go ahead to their link, and this is going to be beautifully, well, it's going to be a beautiful thing, but it's going to be beneficial for both of us, okay? Holiday season is coming around, I know, so people are going to be buying stuff. Now, with Rock Manor Games, if you go down to the link below and use the code that's there, in the description, I mean, and I believe the code is Room51, but you'll see it in the description. If you go there, you will use, and you use that code, you'll get a 10% discount off your entire order, and we would get some sort of commission out of it. So you win, we all win for Room51. That is really exciting. Thank you to Rock Manor Games for that. Now, continuing on. Now, this is more of a personal note on my whole trans journey. I tend to keep people up to speed with what's going on with me. So, without further ado, my pronouns have changed a little bit where I was... It's morphed over the years at this point. But right now, I am going by he, they. I still consider myself... or I still identify as non-binary, trans-masculine, use he, they pronouns. My name is still Matthew Makak, and yeah, I think that's that on the whole names and pronouns thing. In other news, I have also upped my dosage for testosterone, so I'm trying to move past the androgynous phase and going totally more into masculinity. That being said, I still don't identify as a man. I still identify as a non-binary person. I just want to go more masculine. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use that line. I don't really know. But anyway, I have also recently reached 2 years post-op for top surgery, which is awesome. I'm so excited for that. And it's just been a beautiful, amazing thing. And without getting too much into that, here, what I am planning to do is post a video on essentially my journey, on being on hormones, pre-hormones to now, and then also an entire journey of going through top surgery. Will that be board game adjacent? I might talk about board games because there were board games that I was playing during the time that helped me out during the time, and especially for my top surgery. But I also just wanted to put this video into this stratosphere of board gaming-ness because I don't know how many folks really do that, and if not, if you're a board gamer and you're curious about the process, especially if you're trans or questioning, and maybe you're thinking about doing this kind of operation or going on hormones and things like that, this is a place that you can also get some information on that. So that's really why I would be doing that, and part of it is really cathartic for me to talk about all these things anyway. So there you have it. I might be... Well, I will be coming out with a video. Hopefully people are interested. I don't really know. But, yeah, moving on with Room 51 stuff. Oh, speaking of journeys, actually, I know I've posted a ton of Gen Con videos at this point. Gen Con 2023 videos. I think I've posted 3? I don't really know, actually. Probably more. Maybe it's been 4 videos. Crazy stuff. But I still have one more Gen Con video, and this one is really about the Gen Con experience itself. I know I'm late to the program because that happened all the way in August, and as of me recording this video, it's November, and I still haven't recorded everything that I want for Gen Con. But I want to show all the people I got to meet and just shout folks out, and I really want to say just my thoughts and my actual experience of Gen Con and what it might be like for you if you're a first time person going to Gen Con, like what to expect, how to handle it, and all these things, or even if is Gen Con for you. So that is the video that I want to create and come out with, hopefully, maybe, possibly before the end of 2023. That is the goal. Okay, now the big one, and it's in the title itself, the Dice Tower. What's going on with the Dice Tower? I've noticed that some folks who really follow Room 51 closely know that I am no longer on the Dice Tower. But I did realize as I was going to some conventions and things, or just talking to people, some folks don't realize that I'm actually no longer on the Dice Tower. So here is the announcement. I'm not on the Dice Tower anymore. My Teach the Teach segment has gotten canceled, and I have since been able to talk to Tom Vassell to see, hey, what's up? Now, he did say that I was allowed to continue to be part of Board Game Breakfast, which I had been on for like 3 years at that point, or by this point, and I decided I just didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't want to do it anymore. Board Game Breakfast. If you're familiar with that segment, it was called Smashing Buttons and Slamming Cars, where I spoke about a video game I loved and I connected it to a board game I loved. And I was honestly running out of ideas, and there was just so many video games and board games that I could play at a given time. The energy, time, money spent to play these things and then find out connections was becoming a lot. That being said, I recorded over like 50 episodes of that, probably more, maybe like 70-ish episodes of that. That was a lot of fun, but I think I'm done with Board Game Breakfast for the time being. As for Teach the Teach, folks have asked, am I going to continue off of Dice Tower? Originally, the answer was no, I'm not going to do that. That being said, I have thought about it to see, will I bring Teach the Teach to Room 51? I might, but not in the near future. I think I need a break from that because those were also a lot to do, to think about. And again, I just don't really have the bandwidth and the time and energy right now to create those kind of videos, even though I really enjoyed doing them. But I could see myself bringing them back because I really did. Like I said, I liked making them. I think I need a little bit of a break. In terms of the Dice Tower, so yes, like I said, my stuff was canceled. I did get to speak with Tom in person a little bit and through email a bit, and it does seem that if I had some sort of idea or something, I could come back I could be on the Dice Tower. It seems that his idea was not to like kick me off of the Dice Tower. It was that Teach the Teach was canceled. I'm not entirely sure why. The answer I received was to consolidate the channel. That being said, he let me know that if there was other ideas that I wanted to bring, like I could still make a whole new segment on the Dice Tower. So I don't really know what to make of that. I do have some ideas floating around in my head. But again, I think I'm taking a step back from the Dice Tower for now. That might change. I don't really know. But we'll see. For right now, I'm not on the Dice Tower. I am on Room 51, and I am on, I co-run Room 51 with my brother Justin Makak, who's not here. He is more so on Twitch, and I'm going to be talking about Twitch in a hot minute. Something else I wanted to say, though, is I am also a new member, or a new segment has come out on Board Game Geek called The Quad. And I am on The Quad with Stephen Bonacore, Candace Harris, myself, and then I guess I'm not with myself. And there's usually a rotating guest, which is a lot of fun to do. We're just like bickering at each other. There's some sort of topic. We pick a game that we think fits best for that topic, and then we just go at each other, but all in good fun. We're all poking fun at each other, but it's all very friendly. Especially if you see us off camera, we're joking around, we're having fun. And Candace and Steven are amazing people, and I'm so happy to be on Board Game Geek as a channel and as a segment. That is just so much fun. So that is where my focus has been as of late, along with Room 51 stuff. That being said, what's going on with specifically Room 51? That was all Matthew Makak stuff, but what is going on with Room 51? So we are going to try to make it that we are making 2 videos a month. It has been very sporadic, our videos, one point we were coming out with a video every week, then it came to every other week, and then it just kind of became like a whenever. I do want to come out with 2 videos a month. Actually, I should say 1 video a month with the hope of 2 videos a month for right now. Again, I'm looking to scale back on content I'm making and hopefully create just better quality content, but also like just better quality of life for myself because I have been all over the place. This is not my day job slash night job. I have a different day slash night job. I am a mental health therapist and I run my own private practice. So that has been eating up a lot of my time and I love doing that. But that being said, I also love content creation. So how do I do both? Well, I got to cut back on one of the things. And this particular thing, the content creation stuff, does not pay the bills. So this is the thing I'm cutting back on. And it does take a lot of energy out of me. I mean, therapy takes a lot of energy out of me as well. So, yeah, and I want to be able to play board games for fun, not just for, content creation stuff. So I want to be able to, tend to this as a hobby as well as a form of work, I guess. But anyway, so yes, 1 video a month with the hopes of 2 videos a month. But yes, so that could be expected from us on this YouTube channel. Now, there are some new segments that we're going to be adding to the channel. One being board game briefs. So board game briefs, what are they? It's going to be a really short overview from me on what the board game brings to the table, what it does. I might focus more on the theme, like some of the mechanisms that it uses, but it should be quick. And then a really quick, what do I think? I'm not even going to call it a review because I don't go so in depth to say like what are the goods and the bads and all this stuff. Like you could go elsewhere for that. If you wanted a deeper overview too of like how does the game actually play, again, you could go somewhere else for that. This is really just like what are Matthew's thoughts on this particular game and what's like a really quick overview for the game. And I also have my own like little ranking system. It's not out of 10 or anything like that. I have, you'll see it on the video itself, like if I love it all the way to like I despise this game. I can't imagine there will be a whole lot of I despise this game because there's not very many games that I despise, I would say. But you never know. That being said, there's not going to be a whole lot of games that I'm going to say like I love this game because that's going to be like that is most likely in my top 51, and if it's not, it just missed my top games of all time there. And then despise the game is like I would never recommend anyone even look that way of the game. Like it is really freaking bad. But anyway, that's a little bit about board game briefs. Now, another one. So this is actually a continuing segment that I do, which is called Mind Over Meta, and you might be familiar with that. I just want to make a little change to what Mind Over Meta is about, because originally it was all about like connecting psychology to board gaming, because I love both those things, and I still do. But something else that I really, really love, and if you've been following Room 51, you know this, I love social issues and talking about social issues within the board gaming hobby itself. Now, psychology is not totally out of that equation. I see talking about psychology and social issues as something very intertwined. So, and that's really how it kind of morphed into that. So when you see a Mind Over Meta, just keep in mind that that's really what it's about. I'm talking about social issues, but I might even just be talking about psychology things that I'm thinking of. And everything I say is from, I guess, like my professional opinion and all that stuff. Again, do your own research and everything. Make sure, like, everything I say is not like from God, or some sort of higher power. It's just what I'm saying. But it doesn't mean that you have to agree with it. It doesn't mean that I didn't get my facts correct, right? Because sometimes I might actually be factually incorrect, even though I do a lot of research before I do, my segments. I could get things wrong because I'm human, and that's why that's where the viewer comes in, and that's how you can participate, and that's why I love, because Room 51 has always been about starting conversations, or not even just starting, just having conversations. So you can be part of that conversation by comment. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. That's mind over meta and the little bit shift in that. Another new segment. This is going to be new, and it is called More Than a Cover. So I'm going to be doing that segment with my wife, Catherine, and I'm very excited. Now, we did premiere one video of More Than a Cover, which will most likely be taken down because of um, it started off as something, the idea was going to be like the unboxing experience of the game and rating how good of an unboxing experience it is. And I still think that is a cool idea, and that might come back sometime in the future. The equipment we have and the tech quality and stuff we have is not quite there in order to do it properly. And that's why I kind of want to delete that video, because I just, one, we're changing what More Than a Cover is, and two, the quality of the video is really hard. More Than a Cover now is going to be a review on the art of the board game, because we want to really promote artists and celebrate artists in board gaming, because I don't think they get a whole lot of credit. We know a couple of artists, I think, unless you're like one of those people who are seriously into the art of the game and you're always looking at the artists and everything, which is awesome. That's very, very cool. But we just want to bring more notoriety. Catherine and I, we love art. Like, that's one of our common interests and hobbies that we do. We love going to art museums and galleries. And we have studied art in school, Catherine more so than I have. Like I said, it's one of our hobbies. Like, we love to create art pieces and stuff. I haven't really showcased that, I think, on Room 51, but it is something that's totally just for me, and it's just for her as well. But I think an art review of a board game can be really fun and really cool, and we have a whole rating system for that. It will be out of 10, and we'll showcase that rubric once we actually come out with some of those videos. I'm very excited to do that. Okay, now moving from YouTube over onto Twitch. We are on Twitch. If you're not familiar, we are on twitch.tv/room51live. And that is where we usually do playthroughs of board games live and chat with the community and everything. So we really love that. Now, there was a point where we were streaming, it was like twice a week, and then we moved it down to once a week, and then it was just like, I'm streaming that once a week for sure, but then I'm also guesting, and you know what? Actually, I'm going to add another stream, and all of a sudden, I was streaming like 5 times a week and making videos and doing my day/night job of running a private practice for my therapy. That is not feasible for me personally, and it's not feasible for my brother Justin, who is much more involved on the Twitch stream. So that being said, we are cutting it all down to, we are streaming once a week at most. And that could be in a variety of different ways. So usually we stream Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And that is usually when we do some sort of playthrough of some sort of board game. And we have a lot of fun. We're goofing off, and we're making fun of the chat. The chat's making fun of us, and it's just a fun time. Those are the playthroughs. I also do Just Chatting on Tuesdays at 12:30 Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. And that is with Jess CCG. If you're not following Jess, she is awesome. Definitely go check out her content. Her link will be down below in the description. So I have the Just Chatting stream. We have our normal Wednesday night playthrough streams. And then we are also part of what's called Tabletop Live Network, which is a marathon of a bunch of different content creators coming together to run a 12 to 24 hour marathon of playing board games in some sort of theme, and we're raiding into each other, and it's a whole lot of fun. And we also do tournaments on TLN. So Justin and I are like the commentators. We talk about like what's going on in the game, and it's been so much fun. There's a lot of hype around it, and then and we take it very seriously. It's like we're sportscasters, and it's just lots of energy, and the games, the content creators who are joining in on the tournaments, they take it seriously, which is awesome, and they go for gold, man, and so that's been fun. Now, all that to be said, if we're running a just chatting stream, that's the only stream that's happening that week. If we're doing the playthrough stream, that's the only thing that's happening that week. If I'm guesting, if I'm doing TLN, whatever it might be, that is the only stream that week. Now, that all being said, it might be that we do wind up streaming more than once a particular week just cuz, right? And it might be that like, oh, Justin and I are doing this one thing, but then like Justin feels like playing a video game maybe. And I should say that most of our streams are board games totally, or digital board games, but some of them are video games because we do love video games. Justin and I are video gamers at heart. We played video games way before we started playing board games. That's the main takeaway, is that we're trying to move it down to once a week we are streaming, unless something happens where we're like, you know what, I'm just going to throw this game on and we're going to stream and it's going to be fun. Another very cool thing. So for Twitch, now this is a new collaboration, and it is between Room 51, Jess CCG, who I mentioned before that I do just chatting with, and Phantom Meeple. We are called the Adequate Four. So once a month, we're hoping to make it twice a month, but it's been hard to even just do the once a month. We run a collaborative stream, and it will either appear on Room 51 or just CCG's stream or Phantom Meeple's stream, and it kind of just rotates from there. And the four of us, we just get together, we play some sort of game where, you know, talking smack to each other and just having a good time, and just goofing off, fooling around, and it's just so much fun. So definitely check those out live. They are a lot of fun to do. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is a spoiler, if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I'm going to say it because this is a whole announcement thing. Adequate 4 is also coming out with a YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing top lists. So what would that be? It would be like we each come out with the top 4 lists, so I guess it would be like a top 16 list. Anyway, it's going to be great. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun, and we're going to record those together. So hopefully those come out possibly once a month as well. I'm not entirely sure. That's very new. There is no content on there, but we do have the channel, so go ahead and subscribe. That way you're notified for when we come out with our very first video, and even our intro video and everything. So I'm excited for that. Adequate 4. Woohoo! And the last thing, I just want to end off this whole very long-winded video of all the Room 51 news. This is the biggest news, I think, and that is Jess CCG is now part of Room 51, and we are so excited to have her along for the ride. Like I said, she joins me on Tuesdays for the Just Chatting stream, but so much more than that, she is going to be taking on a whole bulk of the, or has already been taking on a whole bulk of the behind-the-scenes stuff in terms of really administrative tasks that needed to get done, like answering emails and scheduling things and all this stuff for us. So a lot of times if you are emailing us, and you can email us at thisisroom51@gmail.com. That is our email address. If you're talking to us, a lot of times it's Jess that is responding. Now, I don't want you to think that you're having a personal conversation with me and that I'm not actually the one responding. If there is a personal email there that you're like this is specifically meant for Matthew or this is specifically meant for Justin, it will be us that is responding to you. Jess is more so like either doing like reach out stuff for us, which is so helpful because we want to get on that, and we just our brains are about to explode, and just been fantastic with that. But also answering people who want to like give copies for reviews and things like that. So it's much more transactional stuff. She is taking on a lot of that, and like I said, the scheduling aspects for me and Justin, and she did stuff for us for Streamlabs to make things more organized. She's organizing our lives, and it is amazing. She is absolutely brilliant and fantastic. And I would tell any company you should hire Jess because she is a wonder. And literally, hashtag Jess does everything. And that is the thing I want to end off on this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched all the way to the end, you earn a golden star. You earn a Room 51, I don't know, badge. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, comment, press all the buttons, and I will catch you all next time.